What's up, guys? These are my books from this past week, and these are going to be my thoughts on them. Usually my stack's a little DC heavy, and it was a little more even this week, which isn't a bad thing because there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. I'm going to start off with Adventures of Superman, number 3. These are in no particular order. They're kind of just however they're stacked. Adventures of Superman, number 3, focused more on the troubles that Superman faces with his powers and the decisions that he has to make. Like, he wakes up in the morning and he has all this information coming in. He hears all these people that are in trouble, and he has to decide what he can do and who he can save in the amount of time that he has, and within his own powers. And I thought it was cool that it focused on his struggle more than how awesome and great his powers are. So I thought this issue was really, really cool overall, and I'm loving Adventures of Superman. Slowly exposing myself to a little more Superman, and the artwork in this book was cool too. I really think it's worth checking out. I don't think very many people are reading that book, but it's definitely worth it. Next we have Trinity of Sin Pandora, number 2, Trinity War tie-in. Hunted by the Secret Society. As you can tell, the Secret Society is looking for Pandora because they want Pandora's box. And joke's on them because she wants them to have it too. She wants this guy to try and open it for her because Superman couldn't. I don't know if the artist was the same on this issue as the last issue, but I wasn't digging it quite as much. I don't know if this is a book that I'm going to stick with. It's cool now. It's a Trinity War tie-in, but I'm not sure if it's going to be able to stand on its own. So we'll have to wait and see. But for now, it's good as a Trinity War tie-in. Helps you get the whole picture of what's going on in the Trinity War. Next, we have BPRD Vampire number 5 of 5, wrapping up BPRD Vampire. And it seems like we're getting another story after this because Agent Anders is now wanted by the BPRD, and Professor Brum here is going to want to get the BPRD to track him down. It's cool because they kind of compared him to Agent Anders to Hellboy a little bit because he is... Professor Brum found Hellboy, and he's had to deal with the question, what do you do when he's out of control? And also he's dealing with that same problem with Agent Anders now because he is on the run, and he is going to do more bad things, so he needs to get the BPRD to track him down. And I think that's what the next mini is going to be, just like this spun out of 1948, I believe. So really, really cool miniseries. Artwork was phenomenal. Definitely worth checking out. I didn't know anything about the series before, and I really enjoyed it, so don't let that hold you back. Next, we have Guardians of the Galaxy number 5. I enjoyed this issue overall. I didn't think the introduction of Angela was too weird, even though I wasn't exposed to Spawn at all, so I believe if you'd read about her in Spawn, it might be a little more weird to see her in the Marvel Universe now. But this book has been fun, and I'm generally not a fan of Brian Michael Bendis, but I am enjoying this book, even though Rocket Raccoon kind of annoys me, and there wasn't any Groot in this issue, which is kind of the highlight of the book normally, but. The artwork is phenomenal, and Guardians of the Galaxy has been a really cool book. I'm loving all the Marvel. I don't read very much Marvel, but I am loving all the books that I'm reading. That and Nova and Daredevil. Very possibly my pick of the week is The Wake number 3, Scott Snyder and Sean Murphy. You could definitely see the similarities to this and John Carpenter's The Thing in the first couple of issues, and I believe it's sort of straying away from that, which I'm really happy that it is. We found out that it's not only one of these sort of mermaid monsters, for lack of a better term. There's a bunch of them, and the fact that it can release this neurotoxin that makes you see, I guess whatever it wants you to see, makes for some pretty interesting storytelling and some surprises within the book. So I thought The Wake number 3 was phenomenal, and this book has been amazing from the start. I've said it before, but Sean Murphy's artwork fits that story perfectly, and I can't wait to keep reading that book. It's just been really awesome. Next, we have the Animal Man Annual number 2. Jeff Lemire and Travel Foreman is back on art, as you can see by that cover. Really, really creepy art style, which fits this book really well. I didn't read the Travel Foreman issues as they came out because I was a little late to the show, but I have picked them up since and I have read them, and I think his artwork is amazing. I do prefer him to the current artist, but a really, really creepy style that fits the Animal Man story really well. This definitely isn't essential as far as the main story is concerned, but I think it adds a little bit to your reading experience. It goes back to Buddy at issue 19, I believe, and he's thinking about his son and, you know, some experiences that he had with Cliff and the Spider Queen. So, sort of a heart-wrenching book, and one that I think is really worth checking out with the amazing artwork. I feel like I'm harping on amazing artwork this week, but that's alright. Just 2 books left. Next, we have Daredevil number 29. Another great issue. I liked number 28 a lot. That was the first time I jumped on. I think this this Daredevil taking on this this racist, this white supremacist cult, I guess, is a good word for them. I think it's going to make for a really interesting storyline, and I can't wait to see where it goes. I'm interested to see when the normal artist, Sammy, I believe his name is, yep, when he comes back on art, because the only 2 issues I read were done by Rodriguez. But really, really cool book, and I'm glad that I picked this up when I did. I have no idea why I waited so long. And finally, we have Bedlam number 8. One of the few books this week that I can't say that I enjoyed completely. It just feels like the past 2 issues, there's a lot of dialogue and story building, which I guess is essential, but it's not what I've come to love from this book. You get a little mad or red in the beginning of the issue, and I think it was the same in the last issue because they want to hold your attention and they want to keep that character salient. They want to keep him in the story, and of course the ending is awesome. The endings are always awesome. I felt like the 7th issue was the same, and that the beginning was really cool with Mad or Red. You got some story building and some stuff in the middle, which was kind of boring. I felt like it could have been done a little bit better, and then you get an awesome scene at the end, which leaves you feeling good about the book overall. Ryan Brown's artwork is bugging me a little bit just because he is mimicking Riley Rosmo a lot, and it's a little heavy on the lines, and it's a little too intense. I feel like this book will benefit from him doing his own art style once he feels comfortable doing that, because I would rather have him, you know, doing his own thing than mimicking Rosmo's artwork. But you know, of course I enjoyed the issue. It's, you know, so creepy and so dark and awesome that I always love that book. But those are all the books that I read this week. I think that was 8, which is a pretty good stack. Live show on Tuesday. I forgot to mention in my haul video that we're going to be doing a sort of a Q&A on the live show this week, so leave me some comments down below if you have any questions, or send me a PM, whatever. It doesn't have to be comic book related. Anything personal, you know, about our lives or whatever you want to know. We're going to be doing, you know, we're all going to be answering the questions, and we're going to be doing some comparing and contrasting or whatever. But yeah, big thanks to anybody who is watching out there, and I'll talk to you guys soon.